1 Chronicles chapter 24. The divisions of the sons of Aaron were these. The sons of Aaron, Nadab, Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. But Nadab and Abihu died before their father, and had no children, so Eleazar and Ithamar became the priests. With the help of Zadok of the sons of Eleazar, and Ahimelech of the sons of Ithamar, David organized them according to the appointed duties in their service. Since more chief men were found among the sons of Eleazar than among the sons of Ithamar, they organized them under 16 heads of fathers' houses of the sons of Eleazar, and 8 of the sons of Ithamar. They divided them by lot, all alike, for there were sacred officers and officers of God among both the sons of Eleazar and the sons of Ithamar. And the scribe Shemaiah, the son of Nathaniel, a Levite, recorded them in the presence of the king and the princes, and Zadok the priest, and Ahimelech the son of Abiathar, and the heads of the fathers' houses of the priests and of the Levites, recorded them in the presence of the king and the princes, and Zadok the priest, and Ahimelech the son of Abiathar, and the heads of the fathers' houses of the priests and of the Levites, one father's house being chosen for Eleazar, and one chosen for Ithamar. The first lot fell to Jehoiarib, the second to Jediah, the third to Harim, the fourth to Seorim, the fifth to Malchijah, the sixth to Mijamin, the seventh to Hakoz, the eighth to Abijah, the ninth to Jeshua, the 10th to Shechaniah, the 11th to Eliashib, the 12th to Jakim, the 13th to Huppah, the 14th to Jeshabib, the 15th to Bilgah, the 16th to Immer, the 17th to Hezir, the 18th to Hapizez, the 19th to Pethahiah, the 20th to Jehezekel, the 21st to Jachin, the 22nd to Gamul, the 23rd to Deliah, the 24th to Maziah. These had as their appointed duty in their service to come into the house of the Lord according to the procedure established for them by Aaron their father, as the Lord God of Israel had commanded him. As for the rest of the descendants of Levi, from the sons of Amram, Shubael; from the sons of Shubael, Jediah. As for Rehabiah, from his sons, Ishiah was the first. From the Izharites, Shelomoth; from the sons of Shelomoth, Jahath. The sons of Hebron, Jeriah the first, Amariah the second, Jahaziel the third, and Jachamim the fourth. The son of Uziel, Micah; from the sons of Micah, Shamir; the brother of Micah, Ishiah; from the sons of Ishiah, Zechariah; the sons of Merari, Mali and Mushi; the son of Josiah, Beno; the sons of Merari, from Josiah, Beno, Shoham, Zakur, and Ibri; from Mali, Eleazar, who had no sons; from Kish, the son of Kish, Jerahmeel; and the sons of Mushi, Mali, Eder, and Jeremoth. These were the Levites according to their families. They also cast lots, just as their relatives the descendants of Aaron did, in the presence of King David and of Zadok, Ahimelech, and the heads of families of the priests and of the Levites. The families of the oldest brother were treated the same as those of the youngest. Chapter 25. David, together with the commanders of the army, set apart some of the sons of Asaph, Heman, and Jeduthun, for the ministry of prophesying, accompanied by harps, lyres, and cymbals. Here is the list of the men who performed this service. From the sons of Asaph, Zakur, Joseph, Nethaniah, and Asarela. The sons of Asaph were under the supervision of Asaph, who prophesied under the king's supervision. As for Jeduthun, from his sons, Gedaliah, Zeri, Jeshiah, Shimei, Hashabiah, and Mattithiah, 6 in all, under the supervision of their father Jeduthun, who prophesied, using the harp in thanking and praising the Lord. As for Heman, from his sons, Bukiah, Mattaniah, Uziel, Shubael, and Jeremoth, Hananiah, Hanani, Eliathah, Gidalti, and Ramamti Ezer, Joshbekashah, Malathi, Hothir, and Mahazayoth. All these were the sons of Heman, the king's seer. They were given him through the promise of God to exalt him. God gave Heman 14 sons and 3 daughters. All these men were under the supervision of their father for the music of the temple of the Lord, with cymbals, lyres, and harps, for the ministry at the house of God. Asaph, Jeduthun, and Heman were under the supervision of the king. Along with their relatives, all of them trained and skilled in music for the Lord, they numbered 288. They cast lots for their duties, all alike, the small as well as the great, the teacher as well as the pupil. Now the first lot came out for Asaph to Joseph, the second for Gedaliah. He with his relatives and sons were 12. The third to Zakur, his sons and his relatives, 12. The fourth to Isri, his sons and relatives, 12. The fifth to Nethaniah, his sons and relatives, 12. The sixth to Bechiah, his sons and relatives, 12. The seventh to Jesharela, his sons and his relatives, 12. The eighth to Jeshiah, his sons and relatives, 12. The ninth to Mattaniah, his sons and relatives, 12. The 10th to Shimei, his sons and his relatives, 12. The 11th to Azarel, his sons and relatives, 12. The 12th to Hashabiah, his sons and his relatives, 12. For the 13th, Shubael, his sons and his relatives, 12. For the 14th, Mattithiah, his sons and his relatives, 12. For the 15th, to Jeremoth, his sons and his relatives, 12. For the 16th, to Hananiah, his sons and his relatives, 12. For the 17th, to Joshbekashah, his sons and his relatives, 12. For the 18th, to Hanani, his sons and his relatives, 12. For the 19th, to Malathi, his sons and his relatives, 12. For the 20th, to Eliathah, his sons and his relatives, 12. For the 21st, to Hothir, his sons and his relatives, 12. For the 22nd, to Gidalti, his sons and his relatives, 12. For the 23rd, to Mahaziath, his sons and his relatives, 12. For the 24th, to Ramamti Ezer, his sons and his relatives, 12. Chapter 26. For the divisions of the gatekeepers, there were of the Korahites, Meshelemiah, the son of Kor, of the sons of Asaph. Meshelemiah had sons, Zechariah the firstborn, Jediel, Zebediah, Jothniel, Elam, Johanan, and Eliahonai. Obed-Edom had sons, Shemaiah, Jehozabad, Joah, Sakar, Nathaniel, Amiel, Issachar, and Peulathai. God had indeed blessed him. Also to his son Shemaiah, sons were born who ruled over the house of their father, for they were valiant, mighty men. The sons of Shemaiah were Othni, Rephael, Obed, and Elzabad, whose brothers, Elihu and Shemachiah, were valiant men. All these were the sons of Obed-Edom. They and their sons and relatives were able men with strength for the service, 62 from Obed-Edom. Meshelemiah had sons and relatives, 18 valiant men. Also Hosah, one of the sons of Merari, had sons. Shimri the first, although he was not the firstborn, his father made him first. Hilkiah the second, Tebaliah the third, and Zechariah the fourth. The sons and relatives of Hosah were 13 in all. To these divisions of the gatekeepers, to the chief men, were given duties like their relatives, to serve in the house of the Lord. They cast lots, the small and the great alike, according to their fathers' households, for every gate. The lot to the east fell to Shelemiah. Then they cast lots for his son Zechariah, a counselor with insight, and his lot came out to the north. For Obed-Edom it fell to the south, and to his sons went to the storehouse. For Shuppim and Hosah it was to the west, by the gate of Shalaketh, on the ascending highway. Guard corresponded to guard. On the east there were 6 Levites, on the north 4 daily, on the south 4 daily, and at the storehouse 2 by 2. At the annex on the west there were 4 at the highway and 2 at the annex. These were the divisions of the gatekeepers of the sons of Korah and of the sons of Merari. The Levites, their relatives, were in charge of the treasure of the house of God and of the treasures of the dedicated gifts. The sons of Ladan, the sons of the Gershonites belonging to Ladan, namely the Jehielites, were the heads of the fathers' households, belonging to Ladan the Gershonite. The sons of Jehieli, Zetham, and his brother Joel, were in charge of the treasures of the house of the Lord. As for the Amramites, the Izharites, the Hebronites, and the Uzzielites, Shebuel the son of Gershom, the son of Moses, was officer over the treasures. His relatives by Eleazar were Rehabiah his son, Jeshiah his son, Joram his son, Zikri his son, and Shelomoth his son. This Shelomoth and his relatives were in charge of all the treasures of the dedicated gifts, which King David and the heads of the fathers' households, the commanders of thousands and hundreds, and the commanders of the army had dedicated. They dedicated part of the spoils won in battles to repair the house of the Lord. And all that Samuel the seer had dedicated, and Saul the son of Kish, Abner the son of Ner, and Joab the son of Zeruiah, everyone who had dedicated anything, all of this was under the care of Shelomoth and his relatives. From the clan of Izhar came Kenaniah. He and his sons were given administrative responsibilities over Israel as officials and judges. From the clan of Hebron came Hashabiah. He and his relatives, 1,700 capable men, were put in charge of the Israelite lands west of the Jordan River. They were responsible for all matters related to the things of the Lord and the service of the king in that area. Also, from the clan of Hebron came Jeriah, who was the leader of the Hebronites according to the genealogical records. In the 40th year of David's reign, a search was made in the records, and capable men from the clan of Hebron were found at Jazer in the land of Gilead. There were 2,700 capable men among the relatives of Jeriah. King David sent them to the east side of the Jordan River and put them in charge of the tribes of Reuben and Gad and the half-tribe of Manasseh. They were responsible for all matters related to God and to the king.